G fam, what's going on with y'all boys? It's your boy Easy G back there with another WWE2K24 road to Wrestlemania. As you guys can see, we have the Showcase of Immortals. This is the last match, the bonus match of the WWE Showcase. And yeah, as we're getting situated, I want to show you guys who I picked, hoping he gets the win tonight. And we also going to talk about what happened last night during WrestleMania 40 night 1, the highs and lows, the ups and downs, and I'm gonna give somewhat of a rating of how I felt about WrestleMania last night. I guess I'll kind of start now. And as I was doing this, I was kind of thinking in my head, who should I do, knowing Roman Reigns had his moment last night. And I'm like, I really loved 01 Rock. Like, I have not played with a 01 Rock in years, so I was like, man, I should probably use Rock. But in my head, I'm like, for the sake of it, the title of the mantra of this video game is finish your story. Finish the story. So in my head, I'm like, let me finish the story with Roman Reigns. I'm like, nah. And I'm like, let me use The Rock. Nah. So then in my head, I'm like, well, I ain't really use him at all at this point when the game first came out. So I'm like, why not just go finish the story like it's meant to be with Cody Rhodes? So we end up picking Cody Rhodes right here. But I'll probably let the gameplay play behind whatever I'm about to say, because at this moment we still have to talk about the mode itself and some things that I was disappointed with and some things I like. But we're gonna kind of start this off with WrestleMania 40 and night one. Night one was cool. Again, like I said, I kind of wish Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch wasn't the opener to last night. Excuse me. It was cool, but I have my problems with it. In my opinion, I don't believe she should have been the opener. I don't know if it's because her arm was having problems with her, so they probably made her, do it with the opener. Good match. The fans were okay with reacting. I feel like the fans were mostly dead throughout the arena, stadium, whatever you want to call it at this point, the stadium. I feel like they were dead most of the match, in my opinion. I don't know if it's because what I was listening through the event through, but I'll probably rewatch it through another device or something and try to see if I could hear it better, because the fans, I don't know if it's because it looked windy as hell out there. I don't know if it was just the fans were super cold, couldn't get it energetic, the heat. I don't know. I don't know if it wasn't there. I mean, sometimes you heard them, sometimes you didn't. Like, you legit seen at certain points throughout most matches, especially during the main event, Paul Heyman slapping on the mat, Cody Rhodes trying to get the crowd into it. So to me, it kind of seemed dead throughout a lot of the fights as far as the fan aspect. That's probably why I rated it the way I rated it. And then, to me, the weakest match that I feel like should have had a little bit more impact was the twins, Jimmy versus Jay. And I believe I got that one wrong. But in my opinion, I got that one wrong based off what I was thinking. I was thinking there was going to be some form of interference with Solo. And it's kind of cool to see Solo didn't interfere with none of the matches last night, because it gives that perspective that Roman could win without interference. But they paint this narrative that Roman needs interference for him to win a match, and he kind of did it. Well, I mean, he had a Rock. You didn't necessarily need no interference, but it's going to be cool to see what happens tonight. They rumor John Cena, Stone Cold Steve Austin, so it'll be very cool to see what happens tomorrow. But yeah, I'm super excited to see what happens tomorrow as far as Like that match is going to be ridiculous tonight. Yeah, but I feel like Jimmy and Jay's match was super underwhelming. I don't know if there was a time crunch, because when their match was over, I remember listening to an interview telling me, or I heard something about WrestleMania from Triple H was going to end like around 11-ish. So by the time that match was over, it was a lot of time left for two matches. So I don't know. And if you kind of see the way time went by, they spent a lot of time on the entrances, because it was like 10 o'clock, like 10:04 right before the match started. Or it probably hit 10 o'clock at some point. And then the entrances took like 10 to 15 minutes. 20 minutes, like the whole introduction for all four of them, and then they sat in the ring, waited a little bit. So I kind of see how that worked, but I'm wondering if they had a time crunch as far as their match, because Sammy and Gunther's match don't get me wrong, that was a dope ass match. The crowd was in it for a certain point in time, but as far as Jimmy and Jay, that match was so underwhelming to an extent. Like, it was Super Kick City, as they call it. But I'm kind of mad because I was expecting so much more, especially out of that match. I wonder if they got some form of a time crunch, because I would have thought I would have seen way more that would have happened. So to me, that was probably the weakest match out of them all. The ladder match is going to be the ladder match. The ladder match, I really wasn't surprised on what happened with it. I got, in a sense, half of that prediction right. I did go with R-Truth and Miz. And then the opposite side, I went with DIY. I should have thought more of, like, there's going to have to be a heel on one side of it. And Austin Theory and Grayson Waller won the SmackDown titles on that side of the thing. But that match was pretty dope. I'm trying to think. The 6-man tag with Bianca Belair and Naomi and them. It was cool. I'm surprised there was no interference in that match to an extent. But yeah, that was pretty dope in my opinion. They did their thing. Like I say, it looked like it was really cold out there. So I don't know where WrestleMania is going to take place next year. But yeah, like I say, it was so weird at certain points, because you can see certain wrestlers trying to get the crowd hype, and they just couldn't get it done. So I don't know. Probably we just couldn't hear it good. But I'm trying to think. Sammy versus Gunther. I was shocked, but then I wasn't shocked based off what happened last night for the main event. I kind of hate that Sammy won. If it was Chad Gable, then okay. But the problem I have with Sammy winning, he had his WrestleMania moment last year, so why give him another moment? Now, I'm not mad that Gunther lost, because this kind of gives me the idea that Cody's going to win tonight based off Gunther losing. A lot of people wasn't as shocked that he lost last night for whatever reason, even though he held the longest reigning for that title, which kind of bothered me to an extent. On like, nobody really spoke on it at one point, like he just lost. That kind of tells me they're pushing that narrative of him going for a world title opportunity, rather it's the WWE Championship or the heavyweight. That kind of gives me some insight that Cody might be winning tomorrow, but at the same time, who knows? Either Cody winning tomorrow or Drew for sure, or tonight, or Drew is for sure winning tonight. Like, based off what happened last night, you can, unless CM Punk interferes in some way, I just don't see how Drew doesn't win the title. But at the same time, we got to keep in mind of the Judgment Day and Damian Priest's briefcase. So who knows what's gonna happen with that tomorrow? I keep saying tomorrow, tonight. Yeah, who knows what's gonna happen with that tonight? It's going to be very tricky. And then we talk about the main event. I keep saying it. The Rock, his interest is on a whole nother level. As you guys can see, that shit was that. I feel like that one would have been doper in WrestleMania 39. It was outside. They had, but don't get me wrong, it was dope as hell. Do not get me wrong, that was dope. But out of everybody in that ring, when Roman came out, that nigga's aura was ridiculous. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all boys. I believe this is the most toned in the sense that we've ever seen Roman, in my opinion. He just looked like, and I'm saying that, and he was beside The Rock. He looked like that guy for a moment, and that shit was crazy. In my opinion, that's probably the best we've seen Roman. Not in the ring, more like appearance-wise. He looked crazy. I believe they said this was his first appearance wrestling since the Royal Rumble, so it's crazy that, you know, he looked freaking ridiculous compared to The Rock. Like, he looked like his aura compared to everybody there was ridiculous. It was ridiculous, dog. But as far as night one, back to what I was saying, I give it a 7 out of 10, mostly because the anticipation for me for the Twins match, it kind of fell down. And I knew that match, something was wrong with it. Like I said, when Lil Wayne came out, I don't believe he should have came out at that point. Lil Wayne came out, Jey Uso go up, and he does his little thing, and the fans was barely in it. To me, it just looked like the fans were dead majority of this. Like, majority of the night, they just sounded and looked dead. And again, I don't know if weather played a factor in that last night or yesterday. So hopefully it's better tonight. Hopefully it's better tonight. Like, some crazy shit, like the rumors of John Cena and Stone Cold, I feel like it's gonna have to be a little bit more than that just for that one fight. Like, I don't know when they're gonna start their thing tonight, but they need to do something crazy. So I guess as of right now, we'll kind of go with predictions for night 2. I'll probably start. I don't know who's starting the fight, but I'm probably gonna start with AJ Styles and LA Knight. This one, you could go back and forth with it. I don't really care who wins this fight. For the sake of it, AJ Styles has more experience than LA Knight. LA Knight probably will get probably the better. I don't know. I just think LA Knight probably will come out with this one, but for my prediction, I'm gonna go with AJ Styles. I feel like AJ Styles hasn't been getting over LA Knight majority of the weeks, or at least from what I've been seeing. So I'm gonna go with AJ Styles. Then you have a 6-man tag. I haven't really been paying attention to the storyline too much, but I'm looking on that side of the screen and I'm looking at who they have to face. I don't really know necessarily Karrion Kross's teammates too well to know their names, but I think I'm gonna go with Bobby Lashley in that group in the 6-man tag. Then we got Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins. To me, it's very hard not to see Drew win this after what happened with Steph last night. And I want to ask this question to you people out there. Do y'all think it would have been better, in my opinion, to just have Randy Orton as Cody Rhodes' teammate than what they did with him and putting him in this triple threat? In my opinion, I feel like it would have been better to have Randy Orton as Cody Rhodes' teammate, that you could kind of have like a legacy versus bloodline type of thing. But it already happened. It passed. So I was just wondering if you guys felt a certain way about that match, because I don't know. I doubt Steph is hurt, but they kind of played along in the sense of his knee was bothering him. So unless CM Punk interferes, or the Bloodline, or in any shape or form, somebody interferes with this match, I just don't see how Drew doesn't win. Unless there's a cash in by Damian Priest. I don't know who he's going to cash into, but I have Drew winning this one by landslide. Then we have the triple threat: Logan Paul, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens. I want to say Randy Orton, but for whatever reason, this feud is kind of weird because it's kind of more teammate-like with Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, and I could see some friction going on during the point of that match. So I normally would not say this, but based off what I'm feeling and how I'm saying this for the prediction-wise, I'm going to say Logan Paul retains. In my opinion, I just don't see how Logan Paul loses this match, knowing Randy and Kevin doesn't really have a feud. They're more teaming up in a sense. So you would think between the two of them, they're going to win. But I feel like something's going to happen in this match that kind of takes a turn for itself. And Logan Paul sneaks away with the win. Then we have Io Sky versus Bayley. Now, I was expecting some interference. I don't know why in the 6-man tag team match between Io and Bayley in a sense. But who knows? There may be interference in this match. I don't really care who wins this one. I could see Io retaining, but at the same time, I think the way they pushed it with damage control and then breaking up, I could kind of see Bayley taking the win. So yeah, for my prediction, I got Bayley with that one. As far as you guys see right there, I just got eliminated, so I wanted to restart the match. On Legend difficulty, remember that. So yeah, we end up restarting the match. I wanted to definitely win this one with Cody Rhodes, so we had to do a do-over right there. But yeah, I'm definitely going, as far as the predictions, I'm going with Bayley in this one. Now, we got the main event. From my knowledge, I don't know if these are in order by the way I'm saying them, but the main event, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes for the title. Now, it's Bloodline rules, but again, with Gunther losing last night, it kind of gives me confidence that Cody will win. But man, I love Roman Reigns as the champion, bro. Like I'm telling y'all boys, like he's really created a new wave for what the WWE is right now. And it kind of would be weird to see him without a title. That's why I say we got to see, because again, Rock confirmed last night during a press conference that right basically after WrestleMania, he's going to go work on a movie. So if they eventually plan on doing this feud, they have to figure out who's going to be relevant in the sense of being at the cards, being at the arenas, being at the stadium, or whatever you want to call them. But based on Roman's schedule, I keep saying this. I don't know if it's because he was champion, he can't do that, because technically he's beaten everybody. So I don't know if it's a thing where he's going to be coming back on Monday Night Raw, on Friday Night SmackDown, week by week, just to come and try to earn that title back. So we don't know what's going to happen after tonight in sense of feuds, but my heart telling me to go with Roman. But for prediction-wise, basically, Cody did the same thing he did last year. Sit in that spot, and they had that camera panned on the way he lost yesterday. It's kind of hard, based off what they did last night, to not see Cody win. In my opinion, it is very, very hard to not see Cody come out with the win. So, like I say, my heart wants to pick Roman Reigns, but for the predictions, we're going to go with Cody Rhodes and make the babyface go over in this one. So, those are my predictions. I believe last night's predictions, we had Rhea Ripley. We got half on the title, for the tag team titles. And then we got Jay. No, we had Jimmy. We had Jimmy on the loss. We had Jimmy on the loss. Then we had Gunther on the title defense. But here's the thing with that. If I knew they were going to do that bullshit hype shit for Sammy, then that's different. I did not expect Sammy to come in Rocky-like style, confidence through the roof, and he wins the title. Again, I don't believe he should have won it. He had back-to-back WrestleMania moments. It makes no sense to me because eventually he's going to lose this title again. But that kind of just confirms Sammy's career as of right now. Like, they're basically just saying he has no chance of competing for a world title anytime soon. Like, he's going to be stuck in that mid-card lane in a sense. But it's kind of cool to know that Gunther's going up. I don't know who he will be facing, rather it's the WWE champion or the World Heavyweight champion, but it would be cool to see him participate in those matches. He's definitely deserves it. So it's cool that they're, bringing him up. And then with the main event, I said it, Cody has to take the pin. Now, I didn't know they were going to get as dramatic as making him sit in the same spot that he did last year. But that's what kind of gives you that ick or gives you that feel that he's going to win tomorrow night. Or tonight. I don't know why I keep doing that shit. It kind of gives you the feel he's going to win tonight. But enough of the Wrestlemania talk. Now we got to talk about my feelings on this mode and what should have been improved and what could have been, or what did I like. Now, don't get me wrong. There was a lot of things I liked reliving 40 years of WrestleMania. Now, the problem I have with this is we have 40 years of WrestleMania, but we don't have 40 arenas. Now, I get it. It was only 21 matches, technically 20 matches. There was some matches, in a sense of video footage, that were on here that I don't understand why it didn't get up on here. As far as the matches, like they had recordings of Triple H and Batista. And here's another thing I have a problem with. Triple H is, as advertised in this mode, he has a 40 years like pack with a different clothing or interior, whatever you want to call it. He's advertised in this mode, yet he doesn't have a match. Everybody thought to an extent we were going to be getting Randy Orton versus Triple H. WrestleMania 25, we didn't even get that. Now, I made a list of matches that I believe could have been up on here. I don't know what order I'm going to put them in. They'll probably just be on the video somewhere in the corner or probably somewhere full screen at this point. But, bro, my biggest problem with this is you advertise Triple H and he doesn't have a match at all. There's not one match he's in this 40 years of WrestleMania. So my thing is, I hope they can give out a mid-year update and add some more matches, add some more arenas. But with the 40 years of WrestleMania pack already coming out, I don't know if they're going to bother to do that. That's why this mode kind of disappoints me in a sense. Because we've had previous WWE games, WWE 13, my favorite WWE of all time. We had an Attitude Era saga, in a sense. WWE2K24, you had different moments and different spots. It's like, to me, they dropped the ball on this because you could have had so many more arenas. Like, legit, I don't see the problem with them dropping all the arenas. There's certain matches I just don't understand why they didn't put in here for whatever reason. And I don't think you can honestly give me a real explanation. I'm so pissed that I don't know if they didn't think of this, but with advertisement of the game, special guest referee, casket matches, this, that, and the third, the one match I really thought they were going to put in this was Undertaker versus Triple H in Miami. I believe that's WrestleMania 28. I could be wrong. In Miami, the Hell in a Cell was Shawn Michaels as special guest referee. I don't know how they dropped the ball on that, knowing what they were going to do this year with special guest referee. That makes no sense to me. Which is why I really believe they need to drop a mid-season update and add some more matches. Now, I'm pissed we didn't have Hollywood Hulk Hogan versus The Rock, WrestleMania 18. That pisses me off. I don't get why we didn't have enough Rock matches. Like I said, that match should have been added in there. I don't know if they were going to find a way to add CM Punk in time, which is why I say they need to drop a mid-season like update so you could do Rey Mysterio versus CM Punk. There's so many matches you guys could have added, and I don't get why they couldn't do that. And you could drop a new arena with it. You can do John Cena versus Batista. You can do, they legit had a video of Triple H and Batista. I can't remember what WrestleMania that was. It was one of the newer ones because Triple H he had his haircut. But the point I'm trying to make is they legit advertised him. It didn't add nothing for him in the game. He's not in a single match, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. So I think they gotta pick it up on that part. Yeah, but just a couple matches I can name. There you got the Undertaker versus Triple H, WrestleMania, I believe 27, the year before the Miami one. So whatever WrestleMania that is, they could have added that one. I believe they could have did that one with him. You could have did the year before with Shawn Michaels before you got to WrestleMania 25. There's so many matches. And then I'm thinking about matches with Randy Orton. You could have did Randy Orton versus CM Punk. I get CM Punk wasn't in the game yet. That's why I'm kind of that's kind of why I'm asking for the mid-year update. There are so many matches that I could just think off the top of my head. Like I said, I'm gonna have pictures in there that's probably gonna result to whatever I'm talking about of matches you could have added. And I'm not even beginning talking about women's matches. I'm just talking about matches that's bluntly off the top of my head. Like, the fact that you guys didn't add, like, and it bothers me because the advertisement was so spot on of 40 years. We didn't get 40 matches. And to be honest, with 40 years, we shouldn't just get 40 matches. And I know some people are going to be like, oh, you're OD, you're doing too much. But to only have 20 matches, and again, I'm not counting this bonus match, but to only have 20 matches, the selection could have been better if you guys were going to do what you guys did. Like I said, I do believe we should get another version of Triple H. At least we should have a couple matches with Triple H. I'm still pissed that they didn't do that Hell in a Cell match because that's clear cut W advertisement if I was them, because I don't get why they didn't do it. That's one of like the ones that picked me off a lot is that Triple H match, because I don't get why he did not have a match. And you advertised him. Y'all legit dropped out Brock Lesnar. And I was thinking, put in Randy Orton. You guys didn't put in Randy Orton for the cover. You just moved John Cena over, brought Triple H up one. And he doesn't have a match. Now, I understand if he would have had a match, but he legit doesn't have a match. And another thing to gripe on, a lot of people, I don't understand why they did the Bray Wyatt version. Like, I understand it for Bray Wyatt, but I keep saying it. If you guys are going to do that, why not keep some of the wrestlers that you had from the Cena showcase in the game? Y'all guys took out 09 Randy, left the render for him in the game, put it on the 2015 Randy. You kept 08 Triple H. But then y'all took out, I understand Edge. Y'all can't do Edge. Y'all kept out Rock from the John Cena feud. The Roman Reigns version of him. Like, y'all, there was a lot of things y'all took out, and I don't understand why. But y'all kept in 08 Triple H when you guys could have just added a new Triple H from one of the WrestleManias you guys did. But the overall mode out of 10, honestly, I loved reliving the moments. I'm gonna give it probably a 7. I feel like they should add somewhat of a mid-season update and add some more matches to this, because I really do believe they could have did better with this, in my opinion. Like, I really think they dropped the ball on this one. So giddy up, because I really feel like they could have done better with this mode. Don't get me wrong, some of the match selections were cool to get different versions of different characters, but I just felt like they dropped the ball on a lot of historical matches that should have been in there regardless. Like, when I seen 40 years of WrestleMania, I'm thinking, bro, we're gonna get 2 different versions of The Rock, the 01 Rock, and then we're gonna get, because the thing with me is more of like the interests is the themes of these versions of these characters, and we didn't even get that. So that's kind of what bothers me with this. So hopefully they can do something about that. Hopefully they don't just let this sit the way it is. But as you guys can see, we end up finishing the showcase. 13 parts for us. We did add matches in between, so who knows how many that is. I don't feel like adding right now, but we did unlock everything on legend difficulty. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed this series, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Predictions is out for WrestleMania part 2 or night 2. We'll see what happens tonight. Hopefully Cody finishes his story, as you guys will tell by the title. But yeah, man, like I said, I hope they can find a way to add matches, do some different things. We know they got the Persona cards with faction, but that wouldn't be enough for me. I definitely think they dropped the ball on this showcase. So, man, do y'all job and add more matches for real, man, because this really could have been a great showcase. But without further ado, it's your boy Easy G signing out. And yeah, man, peace.